Right. When it starts, we're not live. Uh, Welcome to everybody who is joining or who will be watching these um later on. Today we're gonna have a topic about Mbappe. We're gonna have Mbappe as a topic, and I've got Reg here today, and I'm your Reg is my guest of the day, and I am Mr. D, and we're going to talk about the Mbappe saga and Mbappe response to the Saudi deal or the Saudi offer. So, welcome, Mr. Reg,
Thank you
and
very
nice to
much.
have you here. I am over the moon to have somebody as knowledgeable as you for this
It's nice to be
debate.
here, to be fair. Nice to
Huh?
be here.
So, I'm over the moon. So, how do you read this situation? Number one, if you were Mbappe, what would you do?
Okay, I'll counter your question. If anyone else was listening to the whole situation, what would they do? We're looking at the numbers.
Right.
If you look at the
But but
numbers,
but, but everyone else is not Mbappe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it,
It's actually very hard to be Mbappe
yes.
or
So
to be Messi.
it's hard to be them, but it's easy to judge them. Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's easy to judge them. If I was Mbappe, I would take it only because my family is sorted. Because if you think about it, like footballers,
Because an injury can happen one day for him.
yeah. Because if you think about it, like footballers, they say they play football for passion. Of course, they do. But at the end of the day, if they don't
It's all
get
about
paid enough,
Yeah.
will they still do it? They will not do it, I think, to be honest. So Mbappe, I'm going to say the league might be wrong, but the pay is right. It's as simple as that.
So money talks, money wins.
Yeah, money wins.
Always.
Money wins. Like, with the job I do, if you offer me double the money I'm making, I'll think
You
about it.
quit.
No, I won't quit. I'll think about it.
Right,
And
okay.
then maybe I'll quit.
All right.
Maybe.
So we've set the stage there for that first question. Did anybody see this coming, or was it just a train crash that was
I
bound to happen? It was just a crash that was bound to happen.
don't think it's bound to happen because like when PSG had that agreement with him, they knew, 2023, 2024, his contract was done. They knew that, right?
No.
But no,
No.
wait. I'll finish.
They printed a shirt with 2025 on it
Yes.
when they announced the deal.
So if you go back to
He was supposed to have a 3 year contract, but
Yeah.
the third year would have been renewed by him in a way.
yeah, so there was when those pictures when they came up, right? There was a publication that said even though it says 2025, it's not really 2025. The agreement
24.
is 2024, and then 2025 is if they both sit down and agree, only they can extend it for another year. So
No,
that was
no, I don't think that's quite the case. That optional year
yeah.
was a bit like for Mbappe alone to decide.
So
The
technically,
third
he's
year,
made his
upon
decision.
Mbappe's approval, that third year solidly on his approval. Whereas the second year
Yes,
is still firmly on the contract, so they have to both agree. So he
which
can't just decide to walk away.
which he's trying to do now.
Well, no, he's not trying to walk away. He's saying I'm not renewing. So,
That's trying to walk away, isn't it?
yeah, well, he's saying I'm not renewing.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'm not renewing. I've got a contract to 2024, according to him, because if he's not renewing, if he's not willing to renew, and
Yes.
therefore he will be willing to giving them the bonus, the
Yeah.
1 year bonus.
So for me, right, Mbappe is in the right because the contract is signed, full stop. But we don't know what was agreed behind the scenes. Judging by what the owners are saying, it sounds like there was like handshake behind the scenes. Like, you know what? Extra there. Don't go for free. That's the agreement behind the scenes. And again, that's a lesson to everyone. Make sure you get something, right? Don't shake your hand.
Well, so 300 million. That's 300 million euros. That's the deal. And that's for one season.
That's for one season, and also
that's for them to buy him for that one remaining one season.
Don't forget the wages as well. Let's go.
Now, the wages people are talking about 700 or whatever. You know, big numbers.
Done a bit of research on it. It's like,
is it a billion?
It's like 200 net wages, and then on top of that to make it
200 what per what?
200 a year. No, a year.
200 million a year.
A year, and then an extra 500k on top.
Yeah, but if you say it's 200 million a year,
yeah, that's a lot, man.
What was the deal that the PSG gave him? What's the last deal that PSG gave him? People were saying this is astronomical.
No, apparently
unheard of. The one that they gave him last year or 2 years ago, that last deal that he signed.
Apparently he's on like £1 million a week or over £1 million.
Yeah, something like that.
So if you think about it, I think it's 24, 25. Like, he's so young as well. You can't go down. You can't go lower than
that.
Yeah, whatever you're getting right now. So you know what? Go get your money. That's what I would say. Simple as. You can do it for a year. Do it. I think everyone.
Do you think his career would suffer? Like, if he goes there, what will he lose if he goes there? If he goes to Saudi, what will he actually lose? He decides to sign that contract, 200 million euros, done in the pocket. What is he going to lose? Exposure?
So
the Ballon d'Or?
Mbappe's got to go. The goal is go to Real Madrid. If he goes to Saudi, and then there's no like a deal behind the scenes, then he's gonna lose that move to Madrid. If he loses that move to Madrid,
he can't lose. He can't lose the move.
That's what I'm saying. Though. What I'm saying is
he cannot lose. Come on, he cannot lose the move.
Possible, like literally, he can go there and then flop.
He messed up Madrid last time round, but we know how desperate Madrid wants him, and we know how desperate he wants to go to Madrid. I mean, come on, this is a no-brainer.
We think he messed Madrid up, but they've got a plan. Mbappe in Madrid, they've got a plan. That's what I think.
Yeah, but Madrid want to have Haaland. Mm-hmm. They want to have Mbappe. Mm-hmm. They want to have Bellingham.
Yeah.
That's a dream team.
That is a dream team, but they've got a plan because he's trying to run out his contract until the end of the season so he can go to Madrid for free.
Yes, that's his plan, and that's what the PSG owners
don't want.
Have noticed or have realized that that's the path he wants to go, and they want to stop it, and it's not quite in their hands.
It's too late, to be fair, but if he goes to Saudi, that will put some brakes like on his elevation. Like Mbappe is literally elevating to a crazy level right now.
Yeah.
And if he goes to Saudi, that's like a small little detour.
They're calling him the best player in the world. I've never seen something like that. It's got no.
No, I mean right
now.
Not
Ballon d'Or. He didn't win the last World Cup.
Yeah.
The only thing they put under his belt is he was the highest scorer, and he scored a hat-trick in the final.
I think right now we need to forget, because we judge people against Ronaldo and Messi. Forget those two, right? Mm-hmm. Mbappe, probably right. It's probably the best right now. Haaland is a machine. He's a machine, simple as. And Mbappe, World Cup, I think World Cup solidified him being the better player compared to everyone else. Who scores the hat-trick and still loses the World Cup? Still loses the World Cup. Come on.
So he had 3 record there that day. He's he became the golden boot.
Yeah.
He scored a hat-trick. Mm-hmm. And then the other one he's the one and only guy who scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final and lose the final.
Yeah.
So,
and also he's playing in a league that no one respects.
Which one?
The French league. Like a lot of people, they don't respect the French league, which I found crazy, to be honest.
Right.
Because the numbers it does in the French league,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Premier League players that you think are good, they can't do those numbers in the French league.
What do you mean the numbers?
Numbers as in like the amount of goals that Mbappe is scoring,
That calls.
assists that he's scoring.
Yes.
If you're looking from, let's say, England, you're thinking, oh, French league, it's easy compared to the Premier League. But you take your best player from your team, put them into the French league, they won't do the numbers. They will not do the numbers because it's a good league. Simple as. It's not a bad league. It's not.
It's a good league. So, is PSG actually cleaning up the team? I mean, this is quite strange. The silence of Neymar. How does it feel?
Actually, you know what? That's a good point. I've not heard him say anything.
Neymar like the attention. Oh God.
Yeah, I've not heard him say anything.
No,
to be fair.
The thing is the. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's not been that.
Yeah. So it's
I've seen
frightening Neymar's quietness and.
I've seen Neymar everywhere. I've not heard him speak about what's going on. I think he knows
The low profile is of Neymar. I mean,
Okay.
has he been told not to say anything? Has he been coached
No,
to
I think
behave and stuff?
I think it's reached an age where he knows. No, a lot
He's
of
not
clubs
gonna
will
make
take him.
it. He's not gonna make it
So think about it, like he's probably
the
on
Ballon
like
d'Or.
he's probably on like X amount of money a week. If he messes that situation up, no one else is gonna pay him. So you know what? Might as well just keep quiet and get on with it.
But he
Simple as.
went to PSG because he wanted to get away from Messi's dominance
And then Messi
at
followed.
Barcelona. He wanted to win the Ballon d'Or.
And then what happened? He still don't want it.
Will he ever win the Ballon d'Or?
Not from PSG, no chance. Even Mbappe from PSG, we won't win. No chance. No
So
chance.
they both have to migrate and go somewhere else,
Yeah, because
and they'll be able to do it there.
the thing with football, right? It's like we can debate forever and ever, simple as. But how many times have PSG been in the semi-final, quarter-final of the Champions League? A few years ago, they got beaten by United with kids. You remember that when United
Remontada.
Yeah.
Remontada.
playing, they had like pink tops, United, and we were losing from the home game, and they went to Paris.
They went there. They were ultra favorite to win. Super favorite to win.
Lukaku,
Yeah.
first few minutes, boom,
Mm-hmm.
and then that happened. So for a big team, that should not be happening. Madrid, that will never happen. Do you know what I mean? It's not a bad league; it's a good league. But if you want to win the Ballon d'Or, then come on. If Mbappe wins the Ballon d'Or from PSG, he's the best ever. Then simple as.
So you think he can never win the Ballon d'Or PSG?
I don't think he can. I don't.
So, what went wrong with the PSG project?
I think
These guys
yeah.
got the investment the same year as Manchester City.
Yeah.
And are you ranking them the same? Are they equal?
No chance. They're not. City are miles away. I hate saying this as well. The problem with PSG, if you think PSG and City were doing the same thing in the beginning,
Yeah.
get players for any amount of money, pay them
Yeah, but
whatever they want. City stopped doing that.
City, yeah, you're right.
City
Well,
stopped doing that.
I should let you finish there. Because you have a very important point
Exactly.
there.
City stopped, and now when City negotiate, if it goes above whatever they need or want, they
Mhm.
walk away from
They
the
walk
negotiation.
away. Yeah.
PSG will drop.
They did that. They did that for the Tottenham guy, Kane,
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. They did that, and PSG, Mbappe.
And I think they did it as
want.
well for the Arsenal, the guy who went to Arsenal. This English player that Arsenal signed.
Well, last season.
No.
No. Oh
they're
yes, they
about to
did.
sign
They
him. Or
did. They did. Declan Rice. Declan
yeah,
Rice.
they said 90 million or something
You
like
know,
that. I said anything more, we're out.
bro, I forget about Declan Rice only because it's not worth that
The
amount of
money.
money. He's
He's
not.
English.
He's not
Anything
worth.
that's English is
He's not worth
overinflated.
that amount of money. So, whereas City are now saying, you know what, that's too much. Every other team is like, oh, we'll pay, we'll pay, we'll pay. PSG is oh, it's like, it's not worth it. He's not worth it. Like, what's his name? We've got like a kid from Atalanta as well that United are trying to sign. This striker.
Right.
I can't pronounce his name. He's called like Holland or something.
Mhm.
Similar to Erling is City. United offer like 50 plus 10. PSG has gone in for him as well. So it's now like, who are you going to go for? Bro, he's 20 years old. How can you be worth? Atalanta want 70 mil, I think,
Mhm.
for a 20-year-old who scored 9 goals last season.
Who scored 9 goals
Last
last
season.
season?
In their league. That's crazy to me, to be honest. But United will pay it. City won't. United would. PSG definitely would. So it's like PSG will pay whatever. United, they'll get their pants pulled down. Simple
So PSG has continued, but are they not learning from it now? They got rid of Messi. They're definitely gonna get rid of Mbappe.
Yeah, I
He
think.
can't be there any longer than 12 months.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think
they
they've
get rid
learned.
of him.
So the way they're treating Mbappe now, they've learned because they went to Japan, left Mbappe back in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lesson like you want to leave, so you know part of the project.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes a lot of sense. Where they're trying to be tough, but how tough can you be with? You can't put Mbappe down with
On the bench.
no, not even the bench, like with the
He's
under 21.
training with the under 21.
There you go. You can't do that, bro. You've got like French politicians putting their 2 cents into the situation, saying Mbappe is like the most valuable person in France, whatever. You can't be treating him like this, that, whatever. But we all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. For me, it comes down to money. It's as simple as that. If Mbappe goes for free to Madrid, it's gonna get a massive signing on fee.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to pay.
His dad is the agent. Very good agent.
The mom as well. The mom, apparently, the mom is the main.
Oh, the main agent.
Yeah.
It looks like it. She's always a forefront.
Bro, moms will protect their kids at any cost. Literally at any cost. So
the dad will not protect the kids.
No, I think the dad introduced him to football, and then the mom was a professional. I don't know if it was netball, I think, or basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So they were both into football, but the mom apparently is really, really.
So can somebody say that PSG has been a failed project for the past 10 years?
Yeah, they've
won the French league. They've ripped the French league apart.
I'll answer your question.
I remember there was a club there in France that won it like for 7 years or 8 years. Was it Lille or Lyon? Something like that. Won it like it was becoming boring.
I think
that's the same thing that PSG has been doing there now for the past 7 or 8 years.
I can answer this question easily because PSG's project, once the guys from Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Is that where they're from?
The Qataris.
Qataris. Once they came, their main goal was the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the French league. It was the Champions League. If they've been successful, no, because they don't want it. It's as simple as that. Everyone can see it. French league that's what I keep saying. It's a good league, but if you want to win the Ballon d'Or, it's so ironic because the Ballon d'Or awards are in France. But for you to win it, you need to be outside of France. Yeah. Go to Real Madrid. Not even Manchester. Forget Manchester United. Go to Real Madrid. Not even Barcelona as well. I'm gonna say Real Madrid. Simple as. You need like an elite club. United, they're not shining. Barcelona are not shining. Madrid are.
So if PSG has been a failed project, how do they fix it?
They're trying to fix it now because if Mbappe goes, then in trouble with financial fair play, apparently.
If he goes,
If he goes for free, but they need some money from
okay,
Mbappe
yeah,
to go into their accounts,
yeah.
so they don't get in trouble.
So they desperately need that money.
So that's the
okay.
reason why they're having this stance. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? You won't go for free.
Yeah.
Stay and sign. Or if you want to go, go now.
But that's ridiculous because they can't force him into
No, they can't.
the deal.
That's
It's
why
like you
it's
forcing somebody to get married to somebody else.
Yeah, it's the same principle. It's like the Qataris, they're there in Paris. Mbappe say,
You see,
do you blame him? I don't blame him. But for that amount of money, bro, I was fine dotted line. The only issue with Mbappe is he's very young. He's 24, 25, isn't it?
Yeah, 24.
24, 25. If Mbappe was like 29, you do it.
Yeah, that's right.
I think
That's
you do
right.
it. Simple as.
So Mbappe suddenly becomes an interesting project for United, Chelsea.
United
Who
can afford him.
else?
United can afford him.
Tottenham.
They can afford him.
United, Chelsea, Tottenham. All interested in Mbappe.
Interest, yes. Can they afford him? No chance.
Did any of them make an offer?
Nah, apparently, obviously, there's rumors saying, oh, they've got interest, whatever. But United cannot afford Højlund, let alone Mbappe, also like crazy amount
Of money.
So that's not happening. Tottenham, they won't sell to United. If they sell to United, Harry Kane will be on a premium. If Harry Kane goes to Bayern Munich for 90, you'll go to United for 120.
So if he goes to
Bayern Munich
for 90, you go to United for
120. There's always that premium for selling to your rival. He's English as well.
Right. So if Mbappe then decide to walk away, what can PSG do apart from the threats they are making right now? What can they do practically?
Absolutely.
So they'll just sit
Absolutely
there,
nothing.
they'll just sit there and watch it.
These are all
unravel.
empty threats. The ball is in Mbappe's court. That's why this. You know what?
But they're saying that PSG has the right. They can hold it. Just put him in the
No. In France, whoever's watching, go on Google.
they have players' rights.
They've got players' rights. So apparently, if you leave a main team player out of the team, you can only do it for so long. I can't remember how many weeks it is. After those weeks, you need to reintegrate him back into the team. I don't remember whether it's like 6 weeks or whatever it is. If you check it online, you can get the information from there. So it won't last long. Mbappe knows he's got all the balls in his hands, like simple as. They can't do anything.
But then they say that those Qataris have a lot of money that they won't mind having him sat on a bench. But then that fair play thing could be the problem.
Mbappe,
if the fair play thing wasn't there, they won't mind having him sat there on the bench.
If they do that to him, Mbappe's got a case. Like literally, he could provide the evidence from the past seasons.
Yeah.
I was playing 99.9%, and then all of a sudden I'm playing 2%.
2%.
Come on.
It's nothing.
Nah.
So a PSG will get in trouble for that.
To be fair, I'm gonna blame PSG for this one because they are the ones who gave him a 2-year contract with an extra option for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell gives a 22-year-old a 2-year contract? At the time, he was 22.
Yeah.
2-year contract with an option for 1 more year. Bro, at 22, slap a 5-year contract. Simple as a 22.
And he didn't want to stay there. He didn't want to stay at PSG. He wasn't willing to stay there. They had to go that far to get his attention.
There you go.
And they actually gave him, he was like the second manager or assistant manager.
Yeah, you gave a good analogy before. If that's your missus, if you're buying things for your wife to keep your wife, she's not your wife. because when you stop buying things for your wife, she's
Yeah.
gonna go.
You.
So it doesn't matter how much money you give her,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna go. So it's the same thing with Mbappe.
Right, guys. That's what we have here for you. What do you think about the Mbappe situation? Please let us know in the comment section below. I guess he will be coming back for another. Well, I think there's something we have to do.
Yeah.
The what do you call it? Benjamin Mendy.
Is it my way? Oh yeah, we'll do that one.
Yeah, that is an
that's a
interesting,
hot topic,
very interesting topic. So see you in the next podcast on the Benjamin Mendy